Hallelujah! Christian is officially potty trained. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So I am so excited to be doing this video because it's all about potty training. I never thought I would be so excited to talk about potty training, but hallelujah, Christian is officially potty trained. I never thought I would see the day, I'm not gonna lie. So today's video is sponsored by Pull-Ups. I'm so excited to be working with them on this one, but in today's video I'm actually gonna talk you through our whole potty training experience, give you a whole update about it, give you tips and tricks, what worked for us. It's been a journey and it actually went so much better than I expected it to. So I'm super excited to share about it. I know I shared a little bit in past vlogs. I have a bunch of notes handy, so let's just jump into it. So first of all, we potty trained Christian at 3, which I think for him, we waited a little too long. I'm not gonna lie. I think obviously every kid is different, but for us, we just, honestly, I think we were a little afraid to. It was like this last year has been such a whirlwind. We had a new baby, a busy year with work and everything, and we procrastinated. And then as he got older, he was very strong-willed is the term I'll use. He was not into it. And so the fact that we had such a smooth and seamless potty training experience with him was super surprising to both Jordan and I, because it actually did go really well, but he was not into it at first. It took him a little bit to warm up to it. So my tips are kind of geared towards those like strong-willed 3-year-olds who they know what they want, you know, and oftentimes it is not the same thing that we want as their parents. So like I mentioned, we relied on pull-ups for quite a while. It's really funny because Christian knows what pull-ups are. He talks about his pull-ups. He became very comfortable with them. Pull-ups are great as you're transitioning or you are working on potty training because they give the kids that sense of independence. They can quite literally pull them up. We've used these for the last few months with Christian. I even have Arlo in some spare leftover pull-ups of Christian's now. Christian's in his big boy undies now, and so I've been using these on Arlo because I love them still. So fun fact, this collaboration is actually perfect timing because June is National Potty Training Awareness Month. Did you know that? I didn't know that until this video, until this collab. It's just kismet for us because we needed to do this anyway. So we've been working on potty training with Christian. Like I said, he has been pretty resistant to it though, but the daycare / preschool that he goes to actually let us know that they want to transition all the preschoolers. He's in like an early preschool program, and they want to transition all the preschoolers to be potty trained, and they're no longer accepting students who are not potty trained. So we like barely made the cut getting Christian in, having him not be toilet trained. So the school has been communicative with us that that's what they are looking for all the kids, and all the parents should start working on potty training at home. So we knew like the pressure was on. And then as I heard it was June was potty training awareness month, I was just like, okay, Olivia, it's go time. He's 3 now, school needs it. There is no better time than the present. Let's just jump into it. And so with it being potty training awareness month, Pull-Ups is the #1 brand of potty training pants to help give kids that sense of independence, keeps them really comfortable, really dry. Christian has never had any messes in his pull-ups. When he was sleeping in them, he would never like blow out of them or anything like that. They always help keep him contained, and then he was able to pull them up and pull them down himself, which we really appreciate. On top of that, there's so many different variations of pull-ups. So the New Leaf pull-ups are plant-based, which you guys know I love. So they're super soft and they have really adorable little prints and cartoons on them. I also really appreciate that Pull-Ups have them labeled, so it clearly says the size as well as the front and back of it too, so they're easy to get on and off. There's also nighttime Pull-Ups, so we use these, or we would send these to daycare with Christian and he would wear these while napping at daycare. The Buzz Lightyear is always a big hit with the boys. Plus they have Disney characters on their Pull-Ups. The Disney characters will fade when they're wet, so it allows the parent and the kid, as they're learning, it allows them to really know when it's time to change their pull-up or when it's time to go potty. The pull-ups with Mickey Mouse on them are really fun because the musical instruments will actually fade when they get wet. So parents can tell their child the story of Mickey Mouse playing music with the fading instruments empowerment graphic, and then the child can actually help participate by staying dry and keeping the music going. So it's just sort of a fun little incentive that way. Pull-Ups is actually the only brand to offer the nighttime line with extra absorbent nighttime pull-ups as well too. So in the training pants department, they are the only ones that will give you that extra protection at night as well. You can visit pullups.com or click the link down below to start your potty training journey today. So like I said, we've had Christian in pull-ups for a few months now. That really helped him get comfortable with pulling his training pants, whatever, pulling them up and then pushing them down. The next thing that I did that really helped was I got the Oh Crap potty training book. Now, when I asked for tips, almost every single mom I spoke with suggested this book. I asked on social media and it was seriously insane how many people recommended this book to me. So I was like, okay, I'm not typically a big reader, but the amount of people suggesting this is kind of mind-blowing. So I ordered it, hard copy, and then I quickly realized I rarely have a chance to sit down and read a hard copy book. And when I do, I have a kid grabbing at it. So I also downloaded a version to my phone and I would read it on my phone when I was nursing Arlo at night. And this book is like the secret weapon to potty training. I'm not kidding. If you've been considering getting it, just get it. Just do it. Save yourself the time. Just do it. Because for me, I was never around kids that have been potty trained. I've never potty trained a kid before. I've never witnessed it, seen it, or anything. Pull-ups helped a lot. And then this book gave us the tools, sort of like the step-by-step guide. One of you guys actually told me that you read this book and it helped you feel like a pro. And I felt the exact same way. Like now I'm like, oh, I could potty train anybody, because it just gives you the whole setup. So what we did, I read the book, I sent Jordan like screenshots of specific pages that I felt like would be helpful for him to read, or I gave him like cliff notes. At the end of the day, I would fill him in on what I read that day. So we were on the same page. And then we kind of adapted this approach to our own method. So when it came time to implement it and to start it and rip the band-aid off with Christian, certain things that the book describes we noticed might not work for him. And I'll share what those are in a little bit. But so we went into it with this approach and then sort of adjusted and flexed based on what worked really well for Christian in the moment. The first thing the book says to do is to set a date in advance and to prep your kid and to know that that is the day that you are going to do it. So the same way that you would prep for daycare, when we sent him to daycare, we would tell him, next week on Monday, you're gonna start school. On Monday, you're gonna start school. We're so excited. Oh my gosh, yay, you're gonna start school on Monday, a week from today, 5 days from today. Do the exact same thing with a specific date in mind. And so we did that, and for the whole week before that date hit, we prepped him. We would say, diapers are going away. We're getting rid of diapers. You're gonna use a potty. Like we really hyped it up. We did the same thing when we have visitors come, when grandma and grandpa were coming. We did the same thing when his little brother was coming. We read him books about being a sibling, and we told him when Arlo was arriving. So when Arlo came, it felt comfortable. He knew it was happening. The same thing should happen with the potty, because we don't want to catch them off guard, you know? I mean, if someone came to me and out of nowhere told me, hey, you're gonna start going to the bathroom somewhere else, I would be like, I wasn't expecting that. So it's really helpful to be able to prep them in that way. I really think the prep work helped so much. So we set a date in mind. We told him the whole week leading up to it that we were going to do it this day. Then the first step that we did was just totally naked, or bottomless, I should say. So he would wear a shirt around the house and then be totally bottomless on the bottom, no pants, no underwear, nothing. In the book, it describes them having like accidents and letting them have accidents. And when they have an accident, run them to the potty, which you might have noticed in the thumbnail. We have. Don't worry, this is one that he actually hasn't used. He mainly uses the one downstairs, so I'm not like holding up his dirty potty. But running him to the potty when he has an accident, so they make that association. We quickly learned on day one that Christian is exceptionally talented at holding it. He would hold it all day and it would be kind of crazy, but he actually never really had like accidents the way we were prepped for. So you know, that's the part that, like I said, we flexed. We might ask if he needs to go or take him there or direct him to go a little bit more than we had heard to do, but he would also hold it a lot longer than we were told he would, you know, things like that. So every kid is different. It really depends on them. Hey guys, sorry to cut in like this, but as I was editing this video, I realized I totally forgot to mention kind of like the unlock for us with Christian, because I mentioned he was very strong-willed, and some of the things that we continued to try with him just didn't really work. One of the things that we realized made a really big difference for him is when we started giving him privacy. So we originally would go into the bathroom with him, sit there, wait for him, try and instruct him to go, and we realized he actually did a lot better when he would just go to the bathroom alone. So rather than walking him to the bathroom and sitting there and like monitoring him or supervising him, we would just say, hey, if you need to go potty, the potty's right in there. You can go ahead and go, let yourself in. And he actually did so much better being all by himself in the room and having the door just cracked or having it closed, and then he would let us know when he's done. And that was sort of like when everything changed for us, was when we started letting him do it all by himself. He would say, give me privacy, I need privacy. And it's really funny because actually now that we're 2 weeks plus past potty training, he now all of a sudden wants us to come in there with him. He's like, I don't need privacy. I don't need privacy. He wants the company now. But initially, as he was getting to know the potty and getting familiar with it, he wanted to be by himself, which makes sense, you know? But it's funny because I shared that on social media, and one of you guys was like, it's so funny, it's the opposite for my kid. My kid wants me to like hold them while they go. So every kid's different. So I just wanted to share that because that was really helpful for us. And sometimes just testing out new things can be the unlock you need to just totally change up the experience. But we did the first couple days completely bottomless, and then when he had a grasp on that, the book breaks it into blocks. And so block 1 is totally bottomless. Block 2 is pants, but no undies underneath, because it helps them get used to that feeling of holding it and controlling it with cloth. And we actually noticed that when we would move through the blocks, that's when he would have a little bit of accidents. So he'd be really great going to the potty, telling us he needed to go, going on his own when he was totally bottomless. Then we'd put pants on him, and then he would have an accident, and then he would quickly learn, oh, I got to do the same thing with pants. And then block 3 is when you add undies underneath. That's that extra layer that kind of gives them that comfort, that security blanket they're used to of a diaper. Block 3, he had an accident at first, and then he quickly learned as well. We also were really lucky that we didn't really have to do nighttime training with him. So he wore the nighttime pull-ups when he was still in pull-up, but after we started potty training, and I think by like day 3 or 4, he would start to be dry in the night. We'd wake up and his pull-ups were totally dry, and same with nap time. His pull-ups would be totally dry during nap time. His teachers at school said that his pull-ups were dry when he woke up from a nap, or that they'd be dry all day long. So we actually decided to just like rip the band-aid off and try him without anything at night, and he's been holding it fine. He hasn't had a single accident at night, which is really nice because he was going a lot in these before he was potty trained. So after 1 full week of potty training, like to the day, is when he stopped using pull-ups completely. After 5 days, he started to be dry during naps and nighttime, and then we gave it an extra couple days just to be a little bit of a buffer. And after 7 days, we cut the pull-ups out, and he was good ever since then. And then after 1 week is when we added in his big boy undies. My mom had actually sent him a pack, and then I had gotten him a pack with like dinosaurs on it, and the ones my mom sent had trucks and all his favorite things, so it was really exciting for him. And I laid them all out and let him pick them, and it was like a big deal, and it was really fun for him that way. I say he did have a couple accidents when we added the big boy underwear in, or if maybe he just didn't make it to the potty in time. Like there was one time he was playing in the playroom and the door was closed, and he was calling for us to let him out because he had to pee, and we didn't make it there in time, and he peed his pants, so stuff like that. But after 2 weeks is when we talked to his teachers. His teacher said, yes, he's good to wear big boy undies to school now. He's been dry. We feel good about it. So I would say 2 weeks is the total time period for us that it took to like completely potty train him. And now after 1 week, he was like pretty much there, but an additional week helped with the accidents. And now he's so good with it. We do have to like kind of push him sometimes if he's playing or he's not in the mood or he wants to do something, but we can tell he needs to go. We've picked up on his cues. Every kid's cues are different. One thing we've noticed about Christian is that when he has to go poo, he will start asking us if we like trash trucks out of nowhere. Like we'll just be walking down the street and he'll say, hey mommy, do you like trash trucks? And that's like our signal, and then we need to run home because he's got to go potty. So stuff like that, like every kid has their own little quirks, and or he'll like sit and like kind of cross his legs. And so the first few days, those initial like pantsless days, are the days where you learn those cues, those patterns, how frequently they're they're going, the little weird things they do that will tip you off are, and then you can implement those or catch them later on. But yeah, so the second week really allowed us to like put those cues to good use, to pick up on them, help him learn a little bit more. And after 2 weeks, he's been great. He has been, and you know what's crazy is he's been so nice to us. He's been sweeter. Like you can tell he has this sense of independence, and he's really proud of his skill set. He loves going in his little potty. He loves dumping it and flushing the toilet and coming out, like he'll bring it out of the bathroom and show us. He goes, I peed a lot. Like he's so proud with it. And seeing him be that proud and having this like crazy new skill that he learned out of nowhere and is totally different from his comfort zone of the last 3 years. It's just been so special. It's been a great bonding experience for us. I really expected something totally different, and it's been such a pleasant surprise to say the least. And like, it's been great for us as a family, and it's been great for his overall attitude towards us too. It's pretty amazing. I feel like one of the things I learned through this whole experience is that I sort of let the fear of potty training hold me back from doing it for so long. And I just want to encourage you, you can do it. Your kid will love it once they've done it. My kid is so strong-willed and so independent typically that I was honestly a little afraid to do this, but it's been so great. And I think if you're in the same boat where maybe you're just afraid to do it, or you're just not sure it's time, just do it. Just jump in. Get the pull-ups, ease yourself in, get the books, get whatever tools will help you be set up. But honestly, pull-ups, the Oh Crap potty training book, and then a tiny little potty for him, and big boy undies, those are the only things we needed. It's been such a success. We're super happy with it. This has been like such a weird emotional journey for me too, because I feel like having a 3-year-old who's potty trained, this is like the next chapter of parenthood for us. And it's almost like a little bit emotional for me and sentimental, because I'm like, wow, my baby. Like I remember sitting down to do videos like this, talking about his 3-month update, his 6-month update, and his first birthday. And now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm sharing how he's been potty trained, and he's just such a kid now. It's crazy. And it makes me sentimental, but I'm just so proud of him. Like I feel like we're always proud of our kids, you know, but seeing him come into this own whole new phase, whole new chapter of his life has made me so proud in a way that I haven't felt before. So that's been super cool too. So if I missed anything, or if you guys have any additional questions, feel free to ask questions down below. Be sure to check out Pull-Ups through the link in my description box. Thanks to Pull-Ups for sponsoring this video, and let me know anything else you guys would like to see in future videos, or if there is any other topic here that I can expand on a little bit more. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.